The story of God of War is anything but simple. It's a complicated journey of love, hate, and acceptance. With the release of God of War Ragnarok, the story of Kratos and Atreus continues to deepen. One of the most important themes in the story of Ragnarok was beauty and tragedy. What does this mean exactly, and why is it important to the story? In this video analysis, I'm going to be examining the story of God of War Ragnarok and how some of the characters' most tragic moments showed them who they truly were. Anyone who has played the previous God of War game knows that tragedy and pain is a central theme to the story. In the last game, we didn't exactly leave off on a happy note. We had the death of Baldur, which eventually led us to the hate of Freya towards Kratos and Atreus. In God of War Ragnarok, the theme of tragedy continues. However, the theme of tragedy in this game leads to beauty. Many characters of the game experience some of the hardest obstacles in the journey of Ragnarok, but these obstacles eventually lead to a prize. One example of beauty and tragedy is Atreus' journey to Asgard. Disobeying Kratos' command, Atreus goes to Asgard alone to spy on the Earth-Father Odin. Later in the game, it's revealed that the Norse god of war, Tyr, who Kratos and Atreus saved, is in fact Odin himself in disguise. After revealing himself, Odin proceeds to kill Brock. This is the hardest moment for every character, but it is actually Atreus who feels the effects the most, since he considers the death of Brock his fate for spying on Odin.
I keep seeing it. The knife, Brock, Sindri's face.
This heartbreaking scene is one of the most important moments for every character in the game. Brock's sacrifice inspires Earth characters to stand up against Odin in the Battle of Ragnarok. The death of Brock is one of the most influential deaths in the whole game. Not only was he an important asset to Kratos and Atreus, but also a dear friend that they looked forward to seeing.
I didn't want this.
Another effect on the story that Atreus' journey to Asgard had was the death of Thor. Although Thor was one of the antagonists of the game, his death was also a great impact on the overall story. During the final battle of Ragnarok, Odin kills Thor and continues to fight Kratos and Atreus. At first, Thor's death may seem like an average moment of Odin's evil, but it is much more than that. The death of Thor helps all Asgardians see Odin's evil and cruelty towards his family. This helps Kratos and Atreus gain the trust of new allies from Asgard. The tragedy of Thor ultimately helps Earth characters defeat Odin and end Ragnarok once and for all. Everyone could see the effect that Baldur's death had on Freya. During the first half of the game, she's hell-bent on getting her revenge on Kratos. However, Kratos and Freya come to an agreement later in the game. They both realize that they share Odin as a common enemy. We already know that Odin caused Freya more pain than anyone in God of War. At the final moments of the game, Odin is finally defeated and Freya has fulfilled her wish. However, she's still not at peace with her mind. We don't see her full character development until the end of the game, during a side quest. While in Vanaheim, Freya seeks out the place of her marriage to Odin. While exploring her marriage, she destroys all relics that bounded her to Odin and Asgard. When she attempts to destroy the final relic, she is unable to do so. Freya has a revelation that although her hate for Odin still lives inside her, she gained many other loves from Asgard. One of the most important of these is her son Baldur and her friendship of the Valkyries. The scene is important for Freya's development because she realizes that even in hate, there is web that exists in other films. Regarding the topic of Freya's tragedy, Ragnarok has revealed that she shares many of the same experiences as Kratos. During the story, we have a short dialogue scene that refers back to the death of Kratos' wife and child. In this conversation, we realize that the tragedy of their children's death strengthened the alliance between them.
I know.
You know? You think you can even begin to understand the pain of losing a child?
Yes, I do.
There was another. Before Atreus?
Her name was Calliope.
This interaction shows the common causes that Freya and Kratos share during their journey of Ragnarok. God of War Ragnarok teaches us that tragedy does not always end in pain. The journey of Ragnarok showed us the most character development than any game in the franchise. It showed us how to deal with pain and how to look for the beauty in it. It showed us the light and the dark and the good and the evil.